Namaste. I work as a therapist here in Sweden. I have my clinic here at Ramlösa Portal of Light Meditation Center and Clinic, and you are always welcome to come and visit me here. I give craniosacral treatments and also healings and coaching. But this meditation that we do here is never done one-on-one. It is a phenomenon of what we can call antriyaman. Antriyaman is a Sanskrit word that means the indweller. And as we are gathering together now, it's igniting this antriyaman between us all. So all of us joining together right now, it's creating a field of our antriyaman, the divine presence in each and every one of us, however we relate to this presence. Some of us call it divine, others call it supreme consciousness, higher sacred self. What else do we call it? God, supreme intelligence, 0-point field, perhaps? I mean, really, I know there's also a whole group of people here in Sweden. We are mostly atheistic here. But if you ask people on the street, and somebody did, said, do you believe in God? And they all answered, I believe in something. I don't know what to call it. So they started calling themselves somethingism. Notister in Swedish. So they believe in something. So they started some kind of gathering, like not a religion, but like, yeah, we believe in something. So you can call it something. The essence of it, the importance of it is that you realize it is a greater presence that is beyond your capacity in the mind and the intellect. So, once you connect into this presence, you will find that security, that sense of oneness, unity with all things. And this meditation, the Supreme Light Meditation, which this presence can also be called the Supreme Friend or Supreme Light, Supreme Love. Supreme meaning there is no other thing. There's no opposite to this. This is it. And I like the analogy of light because it also implies consciousness, right? You put light on something. And in this process that we are engaging in this meditation, we are developing our sense of seeing, of being aware of what is happening inside us. And as we develop this art of seeing what is there, more like we watch a movie, right? We can also develop a seeing, putting light on what is there. And this thing called enlightenment process is all about this, seeing what is there without having to change what is being seen. In other words, in our inside world, in our inner world, we are passive, meaning we don't have to change whatever is going on inside of us. That is being passive. When we are passive inside us, it's private, right? You close the eyes. I will soon guide you into meditation. You close eyes and you'll be with that inner world, and you'll see, if you close your eyes just a few minutes, I'll be guiding you into this meditation called Vipassana. It's very powerful, where you just be with what is there for you that day, that moment, right? It's probably the most effective meditation you can ever do. And I'm totally hooked on this meditation myself. Because no matter what is going on, once or twice a day or more, if there is a possibility, I will still my body and just close the eyes and move inside awareness of the body. Right? Our physical body is important. We have this as a vehicle for accessing higher consciousness, for increasing our awareness, for going into alignment with that highest essence of who we are, that supreme friend, that supreme light within, that which is seeing. And in that seeing, there is an alchemy taking place and transformation without you as an individual doing anything about it. This is what we can call magic, a mystery of life. And it can happen only if you allow. If you lost me until this time, come back now and just bring this word with you today. Allow. Such a wonderful word. See, in these days, we think that we're not okay the way we are. Yes, on this channel, on this time, we allow for whatever is going on to be there. And if you were to do this allowing, you'll be guided in the Vipassana soon, and you get the hang of it. And you can either use my guided meditation, Vipassana, on my website, AnetteCarlstrom.com. It's for free, you just download it. Or you can simply just follow this. It's so easy. Even my father does. He said, it's so nice. I won't go to sleep without doing this. It's just so nice. It's just a relaxing, and it also helps you to be aware of what is actually happening inside of you. We don't have to run around like chickens without a head. That's an awful analogy I came up with. I don't know where it came from. But it seems some part of our society right now is playing that game of some kind of escalating of chaos or spreading of that. But like my mother said, chaos is neighbor with God. She always said that when I was little. Kaos är granne med Gud in Swedish. And I always used to think, well, who wants to live with a neighbor? I want to go in with God. It's because I experienced that my life was in chaos when I was growing up. Not that I had a reason for it. I had a very loving family, and I couldn't understand why my inner world was constantly in chaos. Such an access to suffering has been very helpful for my life this time. But I always used to think, where does God live then? Because I must be in the wrong house. So I set about to find this presence at a very early age, as far back as I can remember 3. And I took it upon me I have to find this God presence, if there is any. And I had a distinct feeling that there is. And this supreme light meditation can take you into that experience for you. Because I come to realize over the years, as I discovered this presence, this is something everyone discover in their own way. It's impossible. I am saying again, it's impossible to create some kind of a religion or a movement or organization around this. It's completely, if you ask me, and you're on my channel, so I guess you're asking me, it's not possible. Each being on this planet has got to experience and discover this for ourselves, right? If there's 7 billion people on the planet, there are 7 billion different ways to experience this. And the Supreme Light Meditation, the very mission of it, the vision of it, is to get you in alignment with your heart and your brain. That supreme light within you can enhance. There's nobody outside you that will ever come with what you're looking for. However, this meditation is flowing through the eyes. So, as the meditation happens, you will have the eyes open and just gaze into the eyes. And the streaming will go through the eyes during the time that the eyes are open. So you can just look there and see, experience your own presence in your heart, the heart-brain connection within you. And that which we call faith, tillit in Swedish. Our great-great-grandfather, the great Christian mystic here in Sweden, he lived in the 1700s. His name was Swedenborg. He was a scientist and a mystic. What a great combination. He spoke of this. He spoke of faith is what will lead you through the gates of heaven. He said there is indeed a hell and there is a heaven, and he wrote his most famous books were called Heaven and Hell by Emanuel Swedenborg. And these are all states of consciousness that can appear very real to us unless we have explored them. Now, Swedenborg talked a lot about faith. And he could travel to the afterlife. He actually traveled through his knowledge of science. He knew about quantum physics, but living in the 1700s, can you imagine being that much ahead of time? They threw him in jail and called him the fool. So after some time, they let him out. I said, oh, he's such a nice man. He knew the king. The king said, oh, let him out. He's not hurting anybody. So he used the knowledge he had, realizing that I can't convince the scientists of my day, but he wrote all these books. And he utilized breathing. He did a certain breathing technique where he then traveled to the afterlife, where he discovered there is a heaven. And even in those times, the very well-read priests and religious people of his times, or well-read people, very respected at his time, he is so surprised to see that they were not led into the highest heaven. They were stuck somewhere just sitting, talking. Everybody's talking, nobody's listening. And he goes, oh, that's what's going on. And that there are different levels depending on where you're at. And he said, to go to the highest heaven, where the highest angels are, they are light beings, you need to develop that which we call faith, tillit, or förnuft, which means like a higher reasoning, like something makes sense beyond the intellect. So that's where we're taking this live stream in. And like he shared, it's important that every being discover this in their own way. So that's why he questioned the whole religious community at that time. He said it seems awfully limiting. Today, I think, world over, we are starting to see that maybe we can have all different kinds of belief systems. Wouldn't that be wonderful if we each have our own religion and we'd be fine with it? And we don't have to convince anybody else. But when you have discovered that presence inside you, you can no longer hurt another, because you see that the other is a part of you. Like the Mayan Indians said when they lived on this planet about 1,000 years ago, they all of a sudden disappeared. That's another story. But they said when they greeted each other in Lakesh, I am another you, they said. Such high intelligence of this people. And they built this calendar system around that, saying that after the year 2012, the evolution of the human consciousness have gone to a peak where it's only the divine consciousness to be downloaded. So, since only a few years back, that is available for us. But it's also the fact that, as you know, the divine, or you can at least imagine if you haven't touched upon it, which I'm sure that you have, or you probably wouldn't even look into this channel right now, there's something, right? And if you have touched upon it inside you, you know that this power of love does not force itself on you or anyone. When you have discovered that love, you come into that loving kindness inside you, where you start experiencing this world in a different way, where you don't have to tell everybody something. You're just experiencing the world from inside. And through that, you are enhancing the connection to that love inside your heart. And that which we call prayer can be very powerful, especially in these days, when we are seeing more and more people seeing on our planet that we need to help each other, isn't it? And we can tune into that compassion inside our heart. So you have an option, like when you live in the house of chaos, you want to go into the neighbor, which seems to be God there, you can access the truth of where you're at. You be okay with, I'm in some kind of chaos here. I'm in some kind of despair, förtvivlan, whatever it is you're calling this. If you do that in the Vipassana and allowing that, seeing that, and if you have faith in your own way, you have a knowing that is not an intellectual knowing, but just a knowing that there is something that is looking after you. It's enough that you have that sense, that intuition that there is something greater in life that is looking after me. That is that love. Then you have faith. That faith will move you into the neighbor. The neighbor in this analogy is God, divine, or higher consciousness. So, when you come into a despair or a suffering, or you want to pray for someone, you just feel that despair of that person or the situation that you're in or somebody is in. You feel it. If you feel it inside your heart, allowing you to feel it, you will access compassion in your heart. That compassion will ignite that helplessness from your own mind, ability to solve it. And you will develop a very strong bond to your divine, your personal connection to the divine. And eventually you'll be able to talk to your divine, talk to your God, have conversations with that divine. Anytime you develop it. Like this morning, I was talking to my divine. I was just going about my day, and I was concerned about how our world looks today. And I said, I was talking to my divine, saying, I want to help this world. I want to help this world, my divine, in every possible way. And I felt this great need of, I need to do something. And my divine, so peacefully, so loving, said, and what's your plan for that? How are you gonna help? And then he started counting up all of these situations where I just saw my limitedness of being a small being on this planet. And I said, oh, I can't, as this little human being, I am limited in what I can do. But my divine says, you have access to my presence. And my presence, in this case, the divine presence, is the Antriyaman, is that one consciousness that we all share, but we relate to it, each and every one of us, in our own way. So it's personal. If we have that kind of a personal connection to that one consciousness, then we can affect that consciousness. You understand? So let's say someone is asking for a prayer. I have a prayer group on Telegram. You're welcome to join. And many times we go in there, and you're welcome to go in there, and you feel for the person praying for something. So you feel that. And then you also see you're limited. I can't do anything, but I have access to my divine. I can ask, please help this person. And then I see a solution. Because my divine said, please help to see a solution instead of saying, there's a problem, there's a suffering. And, you need to talk to me in my language. My divine says, my language is solution. I understand solution. So please see that person you're praying for. Let's say it's a person praying for health and they're sick. I see that person healthy, happy, wealthy, or whatever it is that they are asking for, or whatever it is I myself is asking for. I talk to my divine at least morning and night, and any time in between. Anytime I need help. And I have learned to develop that art of seeing the solution. And when I get caught into, I want to help and do so many things, and I see what can I practically do, I will do it. And beyond that, I will go to my divine and see the solution. Being positive. Understand? Positive in that vision that I hold in the prayer. So there's two things. You stay and see, as you close your eyes, you see the suffering or the despair. So you have to allow that for your feeling, your heart to come alive, right? You have access to suffering. It's very good. That will ignite the presence of compassion, the great compassionate light in your heart. And you give it in there. You say, thank you for taking this from this person, from these people, as there are now whole countries that need help. We can ask our divine. And if many of us are doing it together, it will have a profound effect. So, today, feel free to pray for anything that is affecting your heart. And let go of your own capacity. Do what you can, of course. But then let it go and call for your divine. Say, thank you for helping in this situation. I love you so much. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping us. Thank you. I love you so much. You can talk like that. And you will start seeing what we can call miracles happening. But see, it needs to be real for you. I'm just sharing as an example. This is how I speak to my divine. I'm very personal because I discovered it many years, and I've been walking and talking with my divine for 18 years now. So it's like having a friend, a real close friend with you that will help you through different situations in life. And it seems like life is a miracle. So my passion is to help whoever wants to have that kind of a connection, to have it in your own way. Discover it in your way, what makes sense for you. It's such an exciting journey to be on. You become a happy human being. That's what we have this course called, Journey to Happiness. So soon we have another course. Once a month we have this. You're so welcome. You'll find a course near you. But you're always welcome to Ramlösa Portal of Light. It's a very happy field here. I love being here. I live here, I work here. This is the greatest miracle that has happened, being here. So let's start this meditation now and move into your heart and let your heart be moved into a prayer in your own way. You can close your eyes. And relax your body. Feel your feet touching the floor and relax your feet. Be aware of your legs. Relax your legs. Be aware of your hips, your pelvic region, your buttocks. Relax. Be aware of your back and spine. Relax. Be aware of your stomach, your whole belly. Relax. Your chest, your shoulders, arms and hands and fingers. Relax. Be aware of your neck and throat. Relax. Be aware of your whole head, your face. Relax. See how the breathing is moving in and out by itself. You don't have to change your breathing or your body. Just still your body and allow the body to breathe the way it wants to breathe. This, what you're doing right now, is called a Vipassana Meditation. You can find it guided on my website. Or you can simply just do it in silence or with some music. You can also put a focus inside your heart. In the heart region, we most easily connect to the supreme light, the great compassionate light within our heart, to ignite it into this Vipassana meditation. Allow your heart to be moved by what is going on inside your life right now. In the first few minutes, you'll be listening to some birds. You can be in communion. You can have a communication or enhance a relationship, a bond between your heart and brain. Have that inner dialogue if that's natural for you, or feel. Have a focus in your heart, inside your divine, in your own way.